Hey guys, that's Joseph.
That's Tyler.
We are Super Squad D. D stands for
Darkest
Do It.
Timeline. That's pretty good too.
Yeah, thanks. Yippee! Today we're going to be talking about the controversial departure of Ben Affleck from directing the Batman film.
Yeah, this is big news because there was a lot hinging on Affleck as a director in this movie, which obviously there's a lot hinging on the movie itself.
True that.
So
do you have that statement over here
I do.
you can read?
Here's the official statement from Ben himself. He says, "There are certain characters who hold a special place in the hearts of millions. Performing this role demands focus, passion, and the very best performance I can give. It has become clear that I cannot do both jobs to the level they require. Together with the studio, I've decided to find a partner and a director who will collaborate with me on this massive film. I'm still in this, we're still making it, but we're currently looking for a director. I remain extremely committed to this project and look forward to bringing this to life for fans around the world."
Warner Bros. Issued this small statement alongside Ben Affleck. Warner Bros. Fully supports Ben Affleck's decision and remains committed to working with him on a standalone Batman film to bring this picture to life.
Quick side note, I love the fact that you call them Warner Bros. Every time. It's Warner Bros. And it's going to stay Warner Bros.
It
I like
will
that.
stay Warner Bros.
It's nothing else to us.
So what's interesting about this is that Ben Affleck tries to cover all of his bases here.
Right.
And I think it's important to note why. Because 3 weeks ago, he went on Jimmy Kimmel and said, "I'm definitely directing the Batman film."
Yeah.
And this was after rumors began to swirl that he wasn't. In this statement, he's pretty strongly saying, like, guys, I'm not quitting.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be Batman. I'm going to be involved in this project.
Well, I think it's just the words of a man who bit off more than he can chew at the time and is kind of regretting that right now. And I understand he was trying to say, no, I'm still with it, I'm still with it, I'm still with it, and now he uses this statement. I get the questioning there, but I really do think this comes down to he looked at the stuff that he had directed and starred in at the same time in the past. I mean, you've got Argo and then his most recent gangster film, Live by Night. Yeah. Argo, of course, big success, Academy Award winning. Live by Night, not very successful.
Yeah.
But you look at those, and then you look at everything that seems to be going into making a film on the grand scale as the Batman, and I just think maybe he thought it would be exactly the same as the other two, and it's proven to be different, and he's learning that. Now, this is notable, though, because this is not the first time in recent memory that a DC project has lost its director, right?
No, it's not. Flash had not one but two directors drop out. Wonder Woman had a director drop out. And so it really speaks to a greater problem at Warner Brothers Studios and the DC division and what they want to do with their movies versus how their directors are feeling about those same movies. I know there's a lot of concern going into Wonder Woman. Yeah. Is it going to be good? Is it not going to be good? We had a director change. Yeah. DC itself seems to be in a real point of identity crisis. They're very reactionary. I feel like the DC,
to say the least,
right. To DC's biggest problem is they don't understand how to cast appropriate vision. They seem to only be able to react to critics and the response their movies get, and then swing a direction.
Yep.
As opposed to casting a vision, having a tone, and just sticking with it all the way through.
And you see that in, all the rumors and word that came out about Suicide Squad, for example, in which it seemed like they had put together a movie, they sent it to test audiences responded one certain way, and they brought in people to fix the script and, to work on it like that. And a lot of the stuff that people, I think viewers had a lot of complaints about, were scenes that were added in after all of that.
Definitely.
That kind of threw off the entire tone of the movie. It's like like you just said, they didn't set a clear tone from the beginning. So when they flip-flopped and swapped it all around, it kind of threw off things, and that's why the movie was not as successful as they hoped.
It was very reactionary to the tests and then to Batman versus Superman. They felt like the people who saw that movie didn't like how non-joyful it was, and they mistook that for needing to make a jokey movie? Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, DC Studios, from the beginning, the DC Studios were like, well, why don't we make more dark, serious movies like The Dark Knight, since that was really successful.
We were like, yes, please,
okay, sure.
We will love you. Yes.
And then they decided to do that with Man of Steel. They decided to take the most bright and optimistic character in the DC universe.
Interesting design choice.
Kind of weird. But then after that, they're like, well, the Marvel films are actually succeeding because they got wit and brevity to them. Why don't we just ruin Suicide Squad with that. So
yeah, that was a spot on impression of a DC executive. Like, that was a really good job.
I've been practicing. So this identity crisis that's been going on there, they don't know if they want to follow in the same vein as The Dark Knight. They don't know if they want to follow in the same vein as Marvel films that, truth be told, don't have a lot beyond what's on the surface, but are highly successful. Right. So they're caught in this limbo. They're not just making the movies that they should be making. They're trying to make movies that they think they're being told to make. Right. And it's completely throwing everything off, which is a shame because the Batman had a lot of potential to be a good comic book Batman movie.
It did, and I think that the Batman movie is the most pivotal movie to the future of the DC franchise. Absolutely. Everything hinges on how well the Batman does. You mentioned to me before that Wonder Woman, a lot of people are just excited to see a Wonder Woman film.
Absolutely. I know I am.
I'm going to see it day one, sure. We're all very excited, so we may be a little more forgiving. Aquaman, like, wow, he looks awesome.
Jason Momoa is going to be...
Oh my gosh.
He just looks great.
He looks great. Flash, I'm very concerned about just because of the directorial changes and everything. And the TV show's success kind of plays into what we already have in our minds should be a good Flash. Really, the future of DC, when you think about like Gotham City Sirens, Suicide Squad 2, they got to get Batman right. Like they can stand to get Suicide Squad wrong. They really can't stand to get Batman wrong.
No, it's a pillar of DC Comics. Mm-hmm. People already... I didn't hate Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel. I think there are a lot of people that
for what it was.
Probably nitpicked it maybe more so than it deserved because we had these different level expectations. But you've already got a movie that is one of your two pillars, between Batman and Superman. You got one of the movies that has already been nitpicked. You've got Batman versus Superman, which was like nitpicked to death.
Yeah, it ain't good.
This is one where you have to do it right. We're gonna be, as fans, we're gonna give more leeway. Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Justice League movie. We might even give a little bit of leeway to that.
Because, just happy to see everybody on the screen at the same time.
Because we're curious about what approach they'll take. If they don't do very strongly with Justice League, but especially if they don't do well with the Batman, then that's going to spell doom for DC movies, I think.
So let us know what you think.
Absolutely.
In the comments below, let us know, do you think that this is good for Batman films and for DC? Do you think this is bad? Are you nervous? Are you excited? As you let us know below, know that by commenting, you have a chance to win a gift card in our next video that will be posted.
Ooh, isn't that exciting? Make sure that you get your comments in as soon as possible because on Friday, that video is going to be released with the winner announced, and you don't want to miss it.
And that video is a review of the hit show, Riverdale. Can't wait to dig into that. Whew. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already.
Hit us up on social media, Super Squad D on Facebook and Twitter.
Look forward to seeing you guys next time.
Absolutely.
I'm Tyler.
Yeah, we know.
You've been watching Super Squad D.
The D stands for Dynamite.
Didn't introduce him.
Yeah.